I am slowly starting to get back into the swing of things here after giving birth to our 8th baby. If you guys missed my birth story and gender reveal, we just had our 8th baby, and it's our 2nd girl. Our oldest one is a girl, and then we had 6 boys in a row, so you guys can imagine we were pretty shocked to find out that this 8th one was a little girl. And after I give birth, I like to take it completely easy, like do next to nothing for the first 2 weeks, and then slowly start to get back into the swing of things. So for me, after giving birth, that looks like laying in my bed. This home where we just recently built, our room is upstairs, and so I didn't want to do the stairs too much. My midwife told me that it was okay to use the stairs once a day, about like 5 days postpartum. And so, I mean, I guess it's probably recommended to not use them as, the least amount possible. But because we live in a house that's a 2-story, I did have to go down the stairs. So the first several days after giving birth, I hung out upstairs with the baby. My husband brought me meals, and I didn't do much of anything, just laid there, cuddled my new baby. It's always such a glorious time. I look forward to it every time, and it's so special. And then whenever it's kind of like coming to an end, it's exciting to get back into the swing of things. Like you guys see me here, I'm cleaning up my room after being in here for 2 weeks and looking around. I start to notice all the flaws and all the things that are dirty. Because we had a girl after having 6 boys, so many people gave us adorable little girl clothes and bows and bibs and blankies, all the things, because as you can imagine, we had no girl things. It's been 13 years since we had a baby girl. So there was no girl things in the home. And so I need to go through all of these little outfits and decide what fits her now and what needs to be kind of put away that will fit her later on. It looks like a lot of clothes, but I have things all the way up to a year, like 12 months clothing. And so this should be all we need for the first year. So it's really a really good amount. And so I am working in my room today. I'm also going to be venturing downstairs and even baking some bread. This is something I have not done since she has been born, and I'm kind of excited to be doing just a little bit in the kitchen, not like full-blown cooking for everyone, but just starting to kind of get my feet wet again and moving around a little bit just among the house. If you guys saw my living room reveal, I told you guys that I had ordered some new pillowcases but didn't have them out on the couch yet, and after the baby was born they were delivered, and so I'm just now getting them here on the couch. I'm excited. These pillows definitely needed a little upgrading, and so I'm excited to get some new pillow covers here and kind of spruce up this couch just a little bit. I know that at 2 weeks postpartum, we are not just ready to go do everything. I still try to keep it very easy. I try not to lift my older kids, like my toddler and my 3-year-old, but I do feel that after 2 weeks, I am very ready to start moving around again. I had a very easy birth with her, and I felt amazing right after giving birth, but I know that my body needs time to heal. So sometimes it's a little hard for me to sit back and relax and watch other people do all of my, work around my house because I really feel good after giving birth, but I know that it's really important, especially the more kids you have, for later on to allow your body to heal so that everything can get back where it needs to be. As we are slowly getting back into the swing of things after having a baby, and I'm making my way back into the kitchen, it has been so nice to have a fridge full of healthy meals from Factor. Factor delivers fresh, never frozen, chef crafted, and dietitian approved meals straight to your doorstep, ready to eat in just a couple of minutes. The meals are designed to support your wellness journey. Factor helps eliminate stress around cooking, planning, or cleanup so you can stay focused on your goals. Every meal that we have tried from Factor has been so delicious, and I love that they use clean ingredients. They don't use any refined seed oils, refined sugars, artificial colors, or sweeteners, so I can feel really good about feeding these meals to my family. Factor bans over 175 ingredients, focusing on nutrient-dense food that supports lasting energy, strength, and overall wellness. You guys know that I love to feed my family healthy meals, and it's times like this after having a new baby that it's so nice to be able to have a few extra meals already prepared for me in my refrigerator. So if you guys are ready to try out Factor, you can head to factor75.com or use the link down in my description box below and use code OILYFB50 to get 50% off your first box. Plus you'll get free breakfast for 1 year. That code is OILYFB50 at factor75.com to get 50% off plus free breakfast for a whole year. The offer is only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Thank you again to Factor for sponsoring today's video. I've mentioned in past videos, but after I give birth, my mom and my mother-in-law usually help out for the first couple of weeks with the other kids. So oftentimes in the first 2 weeks, it's just me and my husband and the new baby at home. And that is just so nice because I don't have to worry about cooking huge meals. I can get by with just making things for me and my husband. And then when those 2 weeks are over, we almost always have a bunch of food that people have brought us. And normally they bring it while we don't have kids home. And then I will just put it in the freezer. So then when we get home, I have a bunch of freezer meals so I don't have to just jump right back into cooking. Now, on this particular day, I am noticing how much cleaning was missed while I was away, and that's to be expected. My husband does such a good job with keeping up with the house and the laundry, and my daughter is really helpful as well. Actually, all the kids are. They all have chores and they do things and they really help to keep up with the house. But there are just certain things that I feel like only the homemaker, the mom, the wife sees in a house, and that would be, you know, wiping off the countertops like really well, cleaning the stove, washing windows. I don't expect any of that stuff to get done whenever I'm not around, because obviously when one person is kind of out of the mix, it can throw the whole family off a little bit, and there's lots of slack that needs to be picked up in different areas. And so I'm not expecting anyone to deep clean my home. But when I kind of first came downstairs and started looking around, you just start to kind of notice all the little things that need to be done. And I try not to let that overwhelm me when I'm sitting on the couch, rocking the new baby, and just remembering that it's okay. I will get to all of this soon enough, and it does not matter if it's perfectly clean. It doesn't take long to get everything cleaned up again. So I try not to let any of that stress me out as I'm sitting around just enjoying the newborn cuddles. You guys will notice several times in this video that I stop to get the baby out, and it's okay to rest and nurse. And a lot of times there is a lot of time in between these clips. When you see me sit down to rock and nurse the baby, it might be a couple of hours before I get back up to do the next thing, because during this time I try to give myself a lot of time to rest and nap as much as I need to. Some nights she sleeps better than other times, but if it was a bad night the night before where I felt like I was up a lot, I like to be able to take naps so I can be rested up for the next night. My babies love to be wrapped up in the wrap. They are so cozy in there, and it's just my favorite place to have them. And oftentimes I just like to get them out, cuddle them, nurse them, let them stretch, sleep with them, and then I'll wrap them back up so we can get back on to doing whatever needs to be done. Excited to have a cookie? No. Who's gonna get the cookie? Before having sweet little Anna, I made a bunch of freezer meals, and today I'm going to be baking up some cookies that we had frozen in the freezer to give to the kids for a little snack this afternoon to hold them over until dinner time. They can have a cookie. Mom, I think you want to. What? I haven't made any bread since the baby's been born, and it is time to get some bread dough going. I have a bunch of wheat berries, so I'm just gonna get a couple sourdough sandwich loaves going. I'm not exactly sure what we'll use it for, but I always like to have loaves of bread on the counter. We will either use it with breakfast for like eggs and toast, French toast, or some sandwiches, or just anything. You never know. You always need bread. So when I'm on my normal routine, I make probably about 4 loaves of bread a week, along with other baked goods and dinner rolls and things. But since having the baby, I haven't done that. So I'm getting my dough going today, and then I will get this shaped later on and bake this up tomorrow morning. I am a 100% extroverted person, and as much as I love to go and see people, I enjoy these 2 weeks at home with my baby so much. But when the 2 weeks is over, I get pretty excited to get back into my normal routines and being able to go on little play dates with my sisters and their kids, and going to my parents' house and church and just all the things. But I try not to rush these times away, because I know that little babies do not keep, and they just grow so fast. So I don't want to miss any of these moments, because they are just so incredibly fleeting and so incredibly sweet. I know I'll get a lot of questions about my wrap here in the next few months as you guys see it on me all the time. This is the Sally baby wrap. It is my favorite for the newborn phase. And then once she gets a little bit bigger, I will switch over to a woven wrap by Little Zen One. It's the, I can't remember the name of that. I can't remember the name of it, but I will put links to both of my wraps down in my description box below. It's always so crazy to me, the kind of like time warp that you get in after you have a new baby. We have had little Anna in our house for a couple of weeks, and at one part of me feels like I can't remember life before her, or not knowing that she was a little girl and that her name was Anna. And then another part of me cannot believe that she's already 2 weeks old. This happens every single time I have a baby, and it continues probably for the whole like first year. It goes so fast that you can't remember life without them. I have been meaning to paint under these cabinets for a while now and just haven't been able to get to it. My husband is going to kind of caulk or add some trim in between the beadboard and the cabinets. We have so many projects to do, and so we just get done what we can when we can. My husband is typically doing some type of house project every evening or some point throughout the day, and little by little we are chipping away and really getting this house set up for our family. I have a couple videos coming out soon with some new things that we have been working on that I'm really excited to share with you guys. Even after we had the baby, it was kind of nice because we had a lot of time without all of our kids here. My husband was able to knock out a lot of projects while I was laying down and resting and holding the baby. I'm trying to figure out the best way to set up this little corner with my grain mill and my grains, and I'm always kind of moving things around. I'm sure I'll move it around again, but for now, this way is working really well for us. It's always a little hard adjusting to a new baby, not just for me, but for everyone in the family. Everyone is kind of getting shifted around. The baby isn't the baby anymore, and so that's a little bit hard for my 1.5-year-old. He is adjusting to becoming a big brother. All of the kids absolutely adore the baby. In fact, everyone is begging me every day, I want to hold her. It's my turn to hold her. Can I hold her now? And it's always so hard to give so many kids a chance to hold her because she doesn't last long outside of nursing and the wrap, she's always pretty much tired or hungry. So I'm like, okay, after I nurse her, you can hold her. But then she's tired and I have to rock her to sleep. And then once I get her to sleep, typically they can hold her for a little bit, but then she's hungry again. But everyone is doing so well. But it's always just a little bit of an adjustment whenever we have a new baby. But it is going so well this time. So far, it has been such a dream. She has been a very good baby. I typically have good babies as long as they're being held and rocked and allowed to nurse whenever they want. They are usually pretty easy, and Anna is seeming to be just like all of the rest. So we are over the moon about her and extremely excited to be getting back into our normal routine as a family of 10. If you guys are new here, please hit the subscribe button. I get out a new video every week. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you all in the next video.